And we are recording. So welcome to the call, guys. And as Lance just said, if you could let us know in the chat box where you are at the moment, what your name is, what the time is. We like to get a feel for who's on these calls.
Matt from UK, Sonia, Virginia. Hey, Sonia, Matt, Lucy, Massachusetts, and Pappas, Greece. Ooh, we got Greece on here.
Nice.
Eamon, Cape, South Africa. Lori, Austin, Texas. It's scrolling fast.
Yeah,
Trevor, can I keep up with it?
Kurt from Stockholm,
Jump
Sweden.
in there. Jump in there, Trevor.
Henry from South Africa. Henry, that is pronounced Henry and not Henri because I got it wrong before. Jim from Wisconsin. Dave from Vancouver. Daryl from Alberta.
Norway, Edward.
Go on, Lance. Take it away.
Jim, Ohio. Welcome back to you, Edgar. Faroe Islands. Faroe Islands. Ever heard of that, Trevor?
Yeah, Faroe Islands. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, sounds quite remote.
Nice.
Carlos can hear
Harbor.
Carlos can hear double audio, so you must have it running maybe in two different places. Missy, yeah, how you doing? Thanks very much for that testimonial. Appreciate that. Marcus in Danbury. Dennis from the home of the Super Bowl champs many times over. Where's that then, Lance?
I have no idea. I've just got one mic in, so I'm not sure where the double audio is coming in.
No, I can't hear double audio. Said, I'm just going to stop sharing for a second because it just said it was unable to share on Facebook. So I'm going to try again.
Okay, while Trevor's doing that.
Oh, okay, I can see. I'm going
to catch up here. Dennis from home of the Super Bowls, many times over. Boston. Hello, Boston. We love Boston. All right, so who else we got? Frank in Atlanta. Audio's good, Carlos. Thank you for that. Let us know. Missy's going over our hot shot. She's here. Great. You're very welcome. Nice to see you here, Missy. All right. Who else we have here? If you have not introduced yourself, please step forward in the chat box. Introduce your name or where you're calling from or where, city and state, country.
And give us an idea of what time it is in your local
Yes,
time zone.
Please. Toronto, Canada. David, nice to meet you, sir.
I'm just getting this to broadcast live out on Facebook. So just setting this up now, guys. Just bear with us a second.
Just want to say Dominic Sakari, know that name. He's our rising star out here. You'll see him very, very soon in the marketplace. He actually is having some audio problems, but he's on the call here. One of our partners.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah. Dom, welcome to the call. He's got a name that you're going to be seeing a lot more of. So it's been a pleasure to have him as our launch partner on this. Let's just see now. We look like we're about to go live.
Texas, 11 a.m. Okay.
Nice.
Tim Stanford, Cincinnati, Ohio, 12 noon. Africa, 6:10 p.m. Eamon, Cape, Graham, UK. You know that place there, Trevor. 1708.
Where was that?
508.
Sorry,
Graham is from the UK. Graham, I know you.
How you doing, Graham?
1708. Good to see you, Graham. Oh, Graham, I'll get back to you. I got some stuff for you.
Okay, so we are live on Facebook as well. So if anybody can't get in, and if anybody needs to see the replay, then the replay is going to be live on Facebook.
Real quick, Jerry from Ireland. I just see this here in the Q&As. And Frank from Barbados. I used to live in the Virgin Islands. St. Thomas, Frank, St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John. So, yeah, Barbados. Awesome.
Yeah. We love Barbados. We've stayed at the Royal Westmoreland, which was just like something else.
Everybody get busy. Learn this webinar, what we got to share, because then you can go out and visit Frank in Barbados. Nice place.
Yep, that was in the old days before I went into a business that then caused me a lot of pain, and then before I came into this business. So, but yeah, Barbados, lovely. I love all parts of the world. Vancouver, it's 9 a.m. Thanks, Dave. Michael in Las Vegas. Nice. Bob Price, Indiana, 12 noon.
Nice.
Great to see all you guys in there. Okay, so let's move into the presentation here. So I'm going to teach you 3 things that you can do today in order to fast track your progress with Intrinsic. So congratulations to making it to the call, and you're going to be glad that you turned up. I'd like to know, guys, if you're enjoying Intrinsic, if you can see some value in Intrinsic so far, Let us know, in the chat box if you think that this is something that you can take forward to help develop your online business, and finally get you some money. It's a different angle that we've come out with this. This is really to put you in control rather than show you something that allegedly would work. This actually does.
You fell off a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, I was just taking a sip. Also, please make sure you stay in, as we have a strictly limited spots on here on Zoom. So if you're in, stay in, because if you jump out, you might not be able to get back in. And we've had that situation before, and it's a bit unfortunate.
I would like to chime in here real quick, Trevor. And a lot of people say limited spots, and they're just using that as a tactic. Trevor and I went over and over this, and we actually. The limited spots that we have set up does cost us more money, so we only get so many spots on this call. I didn't even know it when Trevor and I started working on this. So it is true, if you jump off the call and somebody else jumps on it, say we're at that per cap, then you won't be able to get back on this call. So just stay tuned. Yeah, we got a really good program here for you.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks very much, Lance. Yeah, absolutely true. Just to give a little bit of feedback then here, we've got Daniel says, superb, feels really workable, started already. Dr. Jim Emerson says, just bought it early this AM, so I haven't got into it yet. No, that's okay.
Nice.
Jim Cottone says, too early to tell, but I believe so. Missy says, yes, looks feasible. Robert Price says, it has a ton of valuable information. Ren says, it's a great course, looking forward to trying it out. Mrs. says, looks more than feasible. Hunting for a PLR, I can stick my teeth into.
Nice.
Dave says, training looks very useful. Amian says, yes, watch module 1 course, very meaningful and useful. Just crap scared of going on video, lol. Can I do this without doing audio and PowerPoint, for example? Yes, you can, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, I can tell you about that today. Lucy says, love it, already taking action. How you doing, Lucy? Good to see you, and glad you're taking action. That's the big thing.
Yes. Good job, Lucy. Proud of you.
We will tell you time and time again that really the big thing is taking action. So first off, let's introduce us to you guys. Thanks very much for letting us know where you are. My name is Trevor Carr, and I'm joined by my intrinsic launch partners, Mr. Lance Groom.
Hello.
And Mr. Dominic Sakari. Dominic, his audio's playing up, so at the moment I don't think he can.
He's raising his hand. He's saying hello in chat. So Dominic says hello to everyone here.
Okay, excellent. So you're going to see us inside the Facebook group as well. If you've got any questions at all in there, just get involved in that Facebook group, because this is the kind of product that it really will enable you to get results, and you can do it at any level as well. What I tried to do in Intrinsic with the idea of using documents was just making it more accessible to more of you, so that we're taking down the barriers. We're taking down the reasons that you think, oh no, I can't really do that, trying to strip those down as much as possible. We're very proud of Intrinsic and see this as a genuine way to move forward fast in this business, and that's regardless of your experience. If you're a complete newbie, you can do this. And today I'm going to share with you 3 secrets to help you do that. But before we start the training, I just want to give you a little background on me and why I put Intrinsic together. I know a lot of you on here. I recognize your names, and it's great to see you. But there's also a lot of names on here that are new, which is fantastic. And so you might not know what the story is and how this come about. But just over 2 years ago, my life was at an all-time low. And I'd recently lost my dad, and this hit me really, really hard. It was a combination of losing my dad, my business was in trouble, I was personally in serious debt, and it just, if you know that feeling that every waking hour I had a knotted stomach due to the stress, I literally couldn't relax. And I remember looking at people on the street. I was driving and seeing people who looked normal, and I was actually envious of the fact that they had peace of mind. And that's crazy, to be in a position like that. I had no idea how I could pay the mortgage or the bills or even support my family. And that just makes you feel pretty rotten, all over. So can you guys relate to that sort of feeling? Lance, I know you can, buddy.
Yes, I can. And you've been through it. I know a lot of people here have too. So
yeah, it's life can sometimes feel so tough, and you feel like everything's against you. But I think the most important thing that I I would say to anybody that is experiencing tough times in life is to know that it can change and it can get better, and that there are good times in the future. You know, you just need to put things in place to achieve those. So on February 10th, 2017, I made a massive decision. That was a grey and miserable day. And, oh, man, it was, I can remember how I felt. It was the anniversary of my dad's death to 2 years and 1 day, 1 month, sorry. And it was really, really hitting me harder than ever at this point. I was missing him as well as, you know, as a person not being with me, as well as the grieving of the loss, and as well as the problems with the business. So I walked away from a lifetime of traditional businesses. I've been a businessman since I was 17. I started my first business at 17. I was at college. And while I was at college, I set up a freight forwarding company, and I employed people twice my age. When I came out of college, I walked straight into the business, and we were doing shipping and forwarding all over the world. Then I went on to do various different businesses. And the last business that I was in, as in a traditional business where I employed people, my team always come first. They got paid before me. I would pay the wages, and me and my wife would be left with no money. The problem was that I was making sure that they were supporting their family, but because of that, mine was suffering. So enough was enough. You know, you get to that point where you just say, that's it. That is it. I can't do this anymore. I didn't even know if I would mentally be able to continue. It was just, everything had just got far too much for me. So I took a huge leap of faith, and I went full-time into internet marketing. Now, at that time, we had no money at all. We were completely up to our neck in debt, and we were behind on all of our payments. There were letters coming, there were bailiffs coming. It was just awful, awful. And much to my wife's concern, I was sure that I could do this. You know, I'd been playing about with this online stuff for a few years. I'd struggled to get anywhere, but I just felt sure I could crack it. Well, after a bumpy start, I finally did. Now, I say bumpy start, there was a time, I think it was a few weeks in, and bear in mind, I've got a big mortgage and lots of expenses, like lots of overheads. And I had to keep finding that money. And about 3 weeks in, there was a day where my wife said, Trev, this just isn't working. You know, you're going to have to go and sign on. Now, I don't know if you know what that means in your part of the world, but here that means go and get like support from the government. You know, I don't know, we call it going on the dole. And it means that the government pay you an income. You're on benefits, I guess. And I said, no, I can do this. Just give me a couple more days. And I did, you know, in a couple of days, I came up with an idea, and I pulled in $3,000 in 2 days, and I showed her and I said, look, there you go. I told you I could do it. And she was like, oh, fantastic. But, you know, you got to keep that going. So, which I did. And I always said that when I did, I'd teach others how to do the same. And so here we are, just over 2 years later, and I'm so relieved. I feel totally blessed to be able to live the life that I do now. Now, this is the only kind of one of these shots that I'm going to show you that people show you on training calls like this. But this is just to show you what is achievable. So just over 2 years later, May 2019, in one 5-day period, I pulled in as an affiliate just under $4,000. Now, my first $1,000 day happened about a year ago, I think it was. I was walking gym. I've told this story before. Some of you have heard it. As I walked out the door, I'd got up to $800, and I was like, oh, this is just awesome. This is so good. I need it so much. I needed the money to help us to obviously pay the bills, pay the debts, clear the debts down a bit, pay the mortgage. And $800 in a day, I was like, thank you so much. I was walking gym. I got down to the bottom of this main road, and the sales kept coming in. And then all of a sudden it tripped over to $1,000. And I actually got a tear, well, more than one tear. There were tears in my eyes. My hairs were standing on end, because for the first time, I realized now that everything was going to be all right. And that was just an amazing feeling. You know, the time when my wife said, look, this isn't working out, and I pulled in $3,000, that really didn't touch the sides, but it showed that I could do something. But when you have $1,000 day, you're like, oh man, this is something else. So this screenshot here doesn't show that $1,000 day. It shows another $1,000 day. It also shows a $500+ day, but more importantly, it shows a $2,000+ day. And when you do that, you're like, I can't explain, the feelings. I'm just so grateful, and I'm really, really delighted that I decided to take that leap of faith and move forward into this business. So I'd love to help you achieve figures like these. And if you stay to the end, I'd like to share something very, very special with you. So if you're up for that, give me a big old yay in that chat box. And Lance, if I can't see the chat box, let me know if there's any yays coming in.
I'm on it. Yeah, let's see. Is everybody awake? Yay. Yeah, cool. Yay. Edgar, Eamon, Tim. This is probably the most awake I've seen anybody on a call. Juan, yay. Robert, I missed some of you guys. Scrolling fast. Joe, Nathan, yay. Dr. Jim Emerson, yay. Hey, doctor. Missy, yay. Laura, yay, 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 yay. Yay, let's do it.
Thanks, Lance.
Yay. Yeah,
Lance
everybody's awake on
my
this.
number one.
Well, I want to
Lance is my
say
number
something.
one yay announcer.
If you guys are hungry to make money, keep saying the yays, because, and I know you are, that's what makes this product so exciting. So, all right, Trevor,
Excellent.
Go ahead, take it away.
Thanks very much, Lance. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I'm just scrolling
Hungry,
through.
Starving.
Just looking back as well, I can see that you're saying, Tim's saying that's a rough place to be. Amy and absolutely can relate to the situation. Missy experienced it daily for the last 3 years. I'm sorry, Missy. Glynis, I know how you feel. Yes, happened to me, says Matthew. Daniel, know the feeling too. Yeah, so I knew you guys would be able to relate. I think that a lot of us that are in this business, we're looking to crack it in this business, can relate, because that's kind of why we're looking for this solution. Because we're trying to find ways, Lance, you've been there, mate, haven't you? You were in that
another
situation,
call, but yes,
and you're like, you've got to find a way out, and so a lot of us end up in this industry, but we kind of think that maybe it's never going to work, and that's why I thought Intrinsic might be a good way for you guys to move forward. So anyway, the 3 secrets for you to take away with you today. So you've got the intrinsic training, the basics of it. What we're going to do is just go through a few ideas that could help you. And earlier on, I can't remember the name because there's a lot of you on here, but somebody mentioned, do I have to get my voice and all that on cam? Let me say this to you, the comfort zone thing, right? People say, get out of your comfort zone, and you think, all right, no, I will, I'll get out, but like you're deep down inside, you're like, oh, sod that, I'm not going to get out of my comfort zone because it's too bloody uncomfortable. But it makes a big difference. Now, outside the front of my house, I had a caravan, a towing caravan. It was 26 foot long, lovely luxury caravan. I pulled it on the back of my Mitsubishi pickup truck, which was a 40-foot long rig in total. We used to take that to France, go down to the south of France and around campsites, Saint-Emilion wine region, and it was gorgeous. But while it was at the front of the house, it was a place for me to go and escape from anybody that could see or hear me doing this stuff. When I was first starting out, I was so conscious of recording and having my voice recorded. I didn't do my face on cam. That was like, no way I'm going to be doing that. I just went for the voice, and that's fine. But what happens is the more you do these things, the more you do actually push yourself out of your comfort zone. Suddenly what happens is you develop a new comfort zone. That becomes the new normal. And that is a great way to grow. So no, you don't have to. And in Intrinsic, as you know, what I teach you to do is maybe start off with a PDF ebook or a Google Doc Live ebook. So you don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to do any voice. So to begin with, no, you don't have to do any voice or any cam or any stuff like that at all. But if you can, then that's a really good way to start pushing yourself forward. It's you get to build relationships with people in a way that you couldn't otherwise. A lot of you on here know me and Lance very well, and we know you. But you probably know us more than we know you, because you've seen a ton of us. You've seen us on video. You've heard our voice. You know our personalities. You know our sense of humor, and that is it's a great way for you to be able to get that across. When you're selling stuff, I would love to be in front of you guys and like do a face-to-face. It'd be a great way to sell to you, because I can look you in the eye and tell you exactly, why you need this and that and everything else. And you'd know that I'm telling the truth because you'd be there with me in person. But because I can't do that, then the closest thing I can do is like live interaction like this. So getting yourself out of your comfort zone is a great way to develop some real mental muscles and push yourself forward. If you can't, then don't worry, because you don't have to, but it is a great way to move forward. Lance, any comments on that one?
Take off mute here. Yeah, absolutely. There's so many ways. I mean, I work for a former Navy SEAL, so I'm always having to get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff. I mean, imagine pulling up a former CIA contractor, former team guy, tier 1 team guy, or special law enforcement like FBI agent they call superhero, and pull them up on camera and doing an interview with them. How nervous is that? Nerve-wracking. And so, it started with baby steps, just like Trevor's saying, is one little step at a time, okay? They always say a Navy SEAL starts with 1 push-up, and then soon 2 and 3 and 4. So what we're teaching here is baby steps, and it's nothing like some of the other stuff that people are out doing there in jobs, the JOB work, and are miserable. This is a fun job or fun thing to do. It's easy to do, and if you take it one step at a time, you'll see some really, really great results. Very, very exciting business.
Yeah, that's a really great way to look at it, Lance. What you said there, that people that are working in jobs are doing stuff that it's quite often far more uncomfortable than what we do when it comes to this sort of thing, because you're your own boss in this game, and you're not answerable to anybody. You can take a break when you like. If you need to go to the toilet, you can do that. If you're hungry, you want to get something to eat, you can do that. If you want to go out for a walk, you can do that. You haven't got anybody saying to you, hey, get back to your desk. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for that. Thanks, Lance. So moving on, number 2 is no more Mr., Mrs. or Ms. Perfect. Now, I know in the current climate, I probably could have added a lot of other kind of descriptions to that, but trying to be politically correct as far as possible, I've gone for Mr., Mrs. and Ms. I hope that everybody on the call is okay with that. But we're all people. That's the most important thing. But we're no more people perfect, right? The thing about this is I know more than anyone, all right? When I first started putting together products, oh boy, was I polishing the edges. Everything had to be fantastic. And what happens is you can spend weeks putting together a product, and you don't ever actually finish it because you're, oh no, I've got to do that, and I've got to do that, and I've got to make that. And you end up spending more time looking for like fancy ways to make it look fancier, things that animate, things that make noises, a nicer look in this and a better look in that. And you've got to forget that, because you need to get things done, and you need to get these little mini products made. That's the thing. And you need to get them out there and listed, because if you launch a little mini product and you only get 2 or 3 buyers, guess what? You've got 2 or 3 buyers. And that's a big difference to having no buyers, because the next one you might get 10 or 15. The next one you might get 50, and it goes on and on and on. Because every time you do it, you get so much experience. And it's the real doing it. It's like if you wanted to go into buying and selling stocks and shares, you can get these accounts where it's not real money. So you might start off, they give you a fantasy like $100,000 account. You're not going to make the same decisions. You're not going to act the same way, because you're going to spend what is not your money, and really deep down inside, you don't care what happens to it. If you lose it all, you're just like, oh, I'll just start a new fake account, new fantasy account, and go again. It's a bit like this, because if you're not doing it for real, then you're not learning, you're not getting that experience, you're not getting the same commitment to yourself also mentally to take this forward. So just get it done. Just get that first little product made, get it on Warrior Plus, and raise your head above the parapet and say, "Woo, come on, here it is," and just expose yourself in that sense so that you can get some sales. Okay, it's really, really important. Perfection will leave you broke, and that is not a great thing. All right, so I'm not saying put out rubbish stuff, but don't polish the edges too much. Okay, so the third secret is start low and aim high. You want to start with mini launches. So we're talking like $1 to maybe $5 for the front end. And don't worry about any upsells unless you've got time, because a buyer is a buyer, right? So if you can get buyers from a $1, $2 product with no upsells, and you don't actually make any money out of the launch is not going to cost you anything. You're using all free tools, all free assets, a free platform. Warrior Plus only take a portion of your sales. They don't charge you to sell. And that's the beauty of it. So it's not going to cost you anything, and you will have buyers. So don't think, oh, well, the going rate these days is $12.95, so I need to put together a full members area and all that. No, forget that. A lot of people will snap at low-priced offers like this, Lance. Well, I know you've done some testing in this. And
absolutely. I've done a lot of testing on that.
Sold a ton, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Even free offers, and they become their buyers, and they convert into sales later on very quickly.
Yeah, and once you get yourself a reputation on Warrior Plus and you've got a bit of standing there, then you can go for free offers as well, as Lance said. Because Lance has got a standing with Warrior Plus, he gets approved for the free offers, but there's a certain amount of sales as a vendor you need to do in order to get that. So to begin with, you can just go for the lower priced and then go for free. But all of these, it just gets a lot of attention, a lot of traction, a lot of energy, eyes and action on your product so that you get those buyers coming through. So that's very, very important. And again, I can't stress to you enough, just get things going, go through the training and go through the whole lot and make notes, write module 1, module 2 and make notes. If there's anything you don't understand, just make a little note to go back to that and go through it again. And if you go through it a couple of times and you're still stuck, whether it's my training or Lance's training in there, just get onto the Facebook group and ask us the questions. No question is silly. No question is silly. Honestly, absolutely, don't worry about that at all. It's we're there to help you. And if you don't ask questions, then you're not gonna get the results that you want if you are stuck. And I would hate to think you're stuck and you don't want to ask questions. Okay, guys. So, have you enjoyed it so far? Let us know. Give us some yays in that chat box if you've got value from what I've been sharing with you so far and you're excited to move forward with this.
Yes, Renee is so excited he put J instead of yay. Matthew, yay. Super, yay. Nick, Nicole, Robert, Carlos, yay. Everybody's awake, Trevor.
Yeah, I can
Dominic,
see it.
Carol, yay. Joe, yay. Joe, I've been seeing you a lot. Reg Laney, yay. Missy, yay. Amy, Lucy, yay. I'm still drinking my coffee, everybody, at a late night. Yay!
There's this big hand to Lance there, because if you see it from our end, we see the chat box and it's scroll. I don't know if you can see the same, but it is scrolling very quickly.
Joe Mack, coffee. Thanks, brother. Yes. All right. Thank you. Yes, lots of yays.
So you're ready for some more? Who'd like to know a big secret? Because I want to tell you one. Now, I've been chatting with Lance and Dominic over the weekend, and it has been just over the weekend. We were just saying before we came live, it's amazing what you can do in a short period of time when you want to do something that makes a difference. So between us, we've had this incredible idea that could make all the difference to every single one of you on this call. So would you like me to tell you what it is? I'm not going to ask for any more yays. You could just give me a one in the chat box if you'd like to know I can see ones coming. Yeah, that's it. Oh my God,
one.
look at
I
the
can
ones
say
going.
that real fast. All right,
Yeah,
somebody
and they can type
could
it real
tell.
fast. Look at that.
One, lots of ones from one person.
You can roll your R's as well.
One,
Impressive.
one, 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 one. I can keep up now.
All right, excellent. So,
Nice.
okay,
I'd like to hear too, Trevor. So let's tell them.
all right, here we go. So, how would you like to come on a very special adventure? Because I have the adventure of a lifetime for you if you're up for it. And I've got to say, I am so excited to bring this to you. I've never done anything like this before. It's completely unique and brand new. So, give me a no, I'm not going to say, don't give me a yay. I know you do. I can't do that.
Joe Max says, wait, don't tell everyone. LOL.
You've been so engaged, guys. Really, it makes it a lot of fun. And, I don't want to, I can't, I'm going to ask for ones next because that was so quick when you did that. So, right, this is going to be a live case study delivered over a period of 3 weeks in a membership area, but it's not going to be presented live. What I mean is each lesson will be pre-recorded. So the benefit is that you'll never miss a live call and you can consume the content at your own pace. I know when we've done this stuff before, one of the big things has been that you're not able to make the live calls and you feel like you're not getting the same experience of those who are able to make the live calls. So we're doing this a little bit differently. It's going to be spread out over that period, and you can ask questions and you can get feedback, and you can get feedback into the videos that are recorded as well. So you've got all that kind of interactive experience, but you won't miss out on anything. So whatever your time zone, and as we've seen today, it varies a lot. You're all over the world. It's going to work for you, okay? And you can consume it at your own pace. The course is going to follow me in real time as I go and choose some PLR. I'm going to rebrand it. I'm going to pimp it. I'm going to recreate it. I'm going to set up the intrinsic style sales doc, the access doc. I'm going to launch it. I'm going to mail it. I'm going to get sales. And you're going to watch me do all of that step by step in a real true case study fashion, which is why this is so exciting, especially if you've gone through the intrinsic training so far. This is going to really, really bring things up to speed for you. It's going to make a big difference to your understanding of the whole process and how you can move forward with this.
Wow.
But there's a real nice twist with this as well, and that is at the end of the course you're going to get the rights to use my newly created product that you can list as your own on Warrior Plus. So this is as done for you as you can get. Now you might be thinking, well, hold on a second, if we're all listing the same product on Warrior Plus, how's that going to work? Well, it's really, really simple. And that is that the way that we teach you in Intrinsic, we teach you the Facebook method to get those Facebook friends, those buyers friends, which you should be building on a daily basis now, guys, because you want to get yourself up as close to 5,000 as you can. So you've got this big list of engaged people. Mm-hmm. And if you then take my product that's completed and you go and list it on Warrior Plus, you've got 2 choices. You could, if you wanted, you could repimp my repimped product yourself and change it enough for it to go public on Warrior Plus. But rather than that, you list it on there, but you just don't click it as public. So it doesn't go over on the marketplace, which is no biggie because you're going to be sending your traffic through Facebook traffic, through your list traffic, that you'll be creating, any other traffic you want. But it means that it's as done for you as you can get because you're going to watch me create it and then you can go and use it yourself. You're also going to get a copy of my sales doc and my access doc as well. So everything's totally done for you. But most importantly, and this is the big bit, you will have witnessed the whole process step by step in case study format. And therefore, you'll be able to go out there and do this yourself. And that, to me, is what is so important. The whole thing about teaching a man to fish or giving him fish to eat and stuff like that, this is like a combo of that because I want you to have some fish so you're not hungry while you learn to fish. That's what I want you to do. So if I do this and you follow it step by step, you're going to see everything that I do and think, oh yeah, that's all right. Now I get that, yeah, and that, and watch the whole process. Plus, get it to use yourself at the end, but be armed with the knowledge that you need in order to go and do it yourself at will, and that's powerful. So instead of yays, let's have some ones if that sounds of interest and you'd like to know more about that, guys. Give us
ones. The word one, multiple ones. Ones coming in. Great idea. Excellent, excellent. Lots of ones coming in, Trevor. And I'd like to say something while you guys are all chiming in all the ones. Thanks for the feedback. Lots of feedback here. This is really good training. Listen to my voice. Very good training. You know, working with Trevor, you know, behind the scenes, I got to be his business partner and I got to see a lot of what he does. And I remember a conversation Trevor had with me quite a while back. I think it was about a year ago, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing some stuff and he said, well, that's the way I've been trained. So, you know, and he had a real good mentor, real good coach, and he was trained on certain things. And Trevor kind of went out there and started testing different things, interviewing lots of different people. Some stuff worked, some stuff didn't. And then eventually, you know, he just mastered a lot of different things on how to do it. And I've been privileged enough to see the way this gentleman works, and it's just insane. I wish somebody did this for me a long time ago. You don't have to be a partner with Trevor, but it's like partnering up with Trevor and us because you're out there learning behind the scenes. And believe me when I say this, most vendors do not take you behind the scenes and teach you all this stuff. So this is an opportunity to watch them work, get out there, you know, have some fun, show off a little bit in front of you guys and gals, and then you go out, repeat and rinse and do it and have the same result if you do your time learning what he's going to teach you. Trevor?
Oh, Lance, thank you. What can I say to that? Whoa, that was, thank you so much. I really appreciate
Absolutely.
that. Thank you. Yeah, you know, everything about Intrinsic has been structured to get you results so that you really, really can, you know, it's not one of those little hack things. It's not one of those things that, oh, I tried this and I got $200 when they didn't really, because this is what I'd seen. This is the whole essence of this, right? This is what I saw in the beginning. It's like, you know, you're not really making $10,000 a month doing that. I know you're not. I can see you're not. You know, you're making $10,000 a month teaching people how to do that. So you know, you can kind of see through it. So anyway, yeah, you would have, by the end of these 3 weeks, you would have witnessed the whole process from beginning to the end. And that is going to be a wealth of information. But I'm going to do it step by step so you guys can follow along and understand exactly what I'm doing. It's never been done before, and we can only allow a limited number of people in. All right. So if you'd like to be one of those few, there are a few rules. I say rules in inverted commas because I'm not really a big rules kind of person. I'm pretty easygoing, but these are the rules. Number one, you are committed to taking action. If you don't do anything other than take away from this webinar about taking action, you must be committed to taking action. You have to take action. It is the world of difference between success and failure, and probably in every single walk of life, but in this business more often because so many of us spend so much time learning, you know, watching training and educating ourselves and going on webinars, but we don't spend enough time taking action. It's crucial. So you must be committed to taking action. You've got to promise me that you'll focus all of your efforts on this training and not be swayed by shiny objects, just for a little while, just so that we can get you through this, okay? And I want you to give us a short written testimonial, please. So,
yes.
If you can do that. If you're up for that, don't give me a yeah. I'm going to go for a 1. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you are committed to these 3 rules. Any ones in the chat box for me now, please, guys.
Jim, 1. Joe, this is moving faster than it's ever moved. Philip, Star, I'll just say your names. Norman, Renee, Eamon, Men. Sorry, it's gone. Frank, Baptist, Nicole, Juan. I missed a few, you guys and gals. I'm sorry. Daryl. Wow. How fast is it to say 1? Glynn's.
Yeah.
Sean.
Now I can see. Now I can see why people do 1, because 1 is fast and easy. Thanks, guys. You're coming in so fast at the time that the timestamp on the side is showing that you all did it at the same time, so it shows how fast you're coming in. Okay, awesome. So the price, right? Well, we thought long and hard about this, and then we feel that the current rate for this kind of training, that is, you know, the typical 1997, is out of reach for too many of you. So I'm not going to give it all that, you know, this is the price, and you feel deflated and everything. So we decided that we would immediately pull that down to 997. But look, I know the score. I've been there, and as you know, very, very recently. And I know how painful it is when you finally see an opportunity that because you know on this call, right? You know in your heart that if you commit to this, if you follow me, if you watch me doing this, and it's me doing it, it's like you're sitting next to me and I'm saying, come on, this is what you got to do next. If you do this, you know that it can change everything for you. And knowing that, but thinking you can't afford it is just not good. And I had an experience where I was at, I think it was the National Achievers Congress in Excel, London. It's a huge event. In fact, I saw Donald Trump. He was one of the speakers there.
Oh,
And
nice.
he was good. I'd recently seen, we've got a guy over here called Alan Sugar. I don't know if you know him, but I'd recently seen him and he'd been so rude to the audience and so demoralizing, and he made us all feel so small and thought that's not nice. And then we went to see and we saw some other talks, like speakers, saw Donald Trump, and he actually made us all feel on top of the world. Now, whatever your beliefs are in Donald Trump, he's a Marmite, kind of love him or hate him kind of guy. But there was another speaker there, and he put up an offer on the screen, and I knew that could change everything for me, but the price was out of reach to begin with. But he finally brought it down to a price that was achievable for me. And I was like, oh, thank you, because I knew, and it did. And do you know what? That training that I got there has gone on for me to teach you the intrinsic method, because that guy taught me the whole process of the creative template, taking things and pimping them. I actually bought the rights to a whole series of DVD masterclasses that came in a blank disc, a DVD with just a blank white cover, and it just said the name of the masterclass, right? So it was completely white, and then I had to rebrand them, and that's where I got my training. That was like my training for this whole rebranding thing. And I was just really, really grateful that he made it achievable. So I'm not going to beat around the bush, and no BS. I'm not going to offer you a bunch of inflated bonuses either to bring the price up to, like $10,000 and you get this worth $3,000, that worth $2,000, all that. I'm just going to tell you that right now you can get it for $497 if you act fast. But what I'm going to tell you also is for the first 20 people, we're going to let you in on this for just $297. Now that is the same price that he put up, and I was like, yeah, okay, thank you, I'm in. I can do that. I couldn't do the $997, I couldn't do the $497, but I can do the $297, and I know it's going to make a difference, and thank you very much. And so I did, and I jumped on it. And for you guys, if you act fast, you can get into that $297. You can join me on this 3-week adventure with a twist and end up with a product to launch and the knowledge of how to do it yourself for just $297 if you join now. So guys, if you're up for that, you need to be quick. We've got limited spots. Go to floss.net, PHLOS.net /3-week special. If you type that in, I'm going to actually put that into the chat box. Let me see if I can go
While Trevor's doing that, I do want to say that a lot of times people have stuff to do and they jump off of webinars because they get, they got to go somewhere, got to go to work. That's understandable. But Trevor, why is our call count growing?
Yeah,
it's going. Oh, yeah, we have a lot of people on the call, but we have a lot of more people jumping on the call late. So there are a lot of people looking at this now in the spots.
I noticed that. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm just going to get this link for you, paste it in there so that you can all just click on it and you can jump over. Then you can come back and you can ask us questions. And I would like to say, if you've got any questions, guys, please, now is the right time. I'm going to go back to this so you can see.
Remember, this is training. You get to watch Trevor behind the magic curtain, okay, which is quite an experience, I have to say, being his business partner. The man can just, he's just very, very good at what he does. And so this training you want to be able to see. He's very creative. I call him a creatives person, but he's everything. He's a marketer, list building, vendor, product creation. I mean, how many people that can do the brilliant websites plus marketing plus everything else? usually somebody's talented in one area, but he's really rounded. So when you get in this training, you're at the tip of the spear with him and us, because when we see you coming through, we want to get to you really quickly before anybody else. You're a VIP.
Yeah.
We got some questions coming in. Yes. I'm getting a $14.95 button, Sonia
really?
says. Link
Okay.
brings you to a cost of $14. Don't hit the button yet.
No, don't. No, that's not it then. So just bear with me, guys. Lance, you take over. I'll go and check that.
Yes, I will. Just hold on just a second. We'll get you a spot, but everybody hold on. And thank you for that. Thank you for your honesty on that one.
All right. Okay. Okay. No, I can see what it is.
Thank you.
Bear with me.
It's a setting issue that wasn't performed accidentally. So
sorry, guys. Just 1 second. I'll be with you.
Isn't live webinars fun?
Yeah. Isn't it? It's great.
I love how we could just let down our hair. Yes.
In the meantime, if you've got any questions on the training and
Joseph sends you back to floss.net.
I know. Okay. Just ignore that for a second, guys. I've got it here for you now. It's the forwarding. I'm putting the wrong link. So I'm going to go and change that. If you click on that link there, and then I'll just swap out the forwarding and you'll be all good.
Chat box is filling up. We have a lot of people ready to go. Just hold your trigger finger. Remember like the old Westerns where the Indians are getting closer and closer and they would say, "Oh, wait," or you're in the military movies, like, wait. You have that gungy person ready. "Sarge, I'm going to pull the trigger right now." "No, wait." So just wait just a second. You'll get in.
Okay, right. So that's all working now, guys. If you'd like to refresh that, click on the link, manually type it in, whatever works for you. That should be working now. I'm going to go and test it myself.
And I'm going to let Trevor test it so I can stay here with you folks on the chat. And great pause tactic. Joe Mack, can't wait to get with you. You're funny guy.
Yeah, we're all good.
Trevor, give us the $14.95.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you wouldn't have been allowed in at that price, guys. Sorry, but I'm just being realistic.
Missy says not working. Is it working?
Yeah, it's working. That? Yeah, it's definitely working. I've tested it. And I've also put the link. If you go to the chat box there, you'll see that I've put the link in there as well. And
the button should be activated when you click it. And so let me see. Thanks. Link works. Okay, so we're getting link works. I want to hear you. So everybody that's on this call, bare minimum, push the button and respond back if you're getting it works. Got it. Okay. It's like Dave's on board. Congratulations, Dave. Dave, where are you from? Again.
Excellent.
And thank you for your feedback too earlier. I saw that. We just didn't have time. All right. Oh, Dr. Jim, you cut off. Irmer, I can't read the last name. He's in. You're welcome. Welcome on board. Dave Vancouver, welcome. All right, so let me pull the chat box here. We have a lot of people jumping on board right now and a lot of people on this call. So we've got more spots open, but they're filling in. Missy's having trouble getting in. Can you advise her, Trevor?
You should be
a setting issue.
If you
second browser.
Let me try. Yeah, I mean it could be a cookie issue. That's the forwarded link, but also the other link, which I will grab and put that back in again. Missy, you might want to try this one. This is the direct link. I can see Lucy's on board. Congratulations, Sean. Lucy.
Sean says the blankety blank link. I'll be respectful. And not to the word, it's not a real bad word, but all right, that's funny, Sean.
I say a lot.
Dave
worse than that.
Must step away for 5 minutes. Okay, sounds good.
Sean so the only reason that I put 3 week special is because the longer link, which is this one, is kind of a bit long for you to type in. So just for those, usually on the replay. Okay, so
Eamon asked, what's the difference between intrinsic and this offer?
Yeah, quite a lot really, and that is that if you imagine if you went for kind of like a few lessons, but then somebody said, well, actually, would you like to sign up for the whole master class, and you went and attended for a few weeks rather than a day. It's kind of like the difference in that, in as much as instead of me doing modules where I'm showing you, like, then you do this and then that and that, I'm actually going to be doing it. So you'll get to see me, how I choose the product, how I rebrand that product, rename that product, but then that actual product, how I set up the sales doc, the access doc, how I take that actual product and put it into Warrior Plus. I'll create the product in front of your eyes on Warrior Plus. I'll link it to the offer in front of your eyes in Warrior Plus. I'll go through all of that. I'll show you how I then set it up to go out to mail. You'll see that as well. You'll see me getting the sales, and you also get, more importantly, the rights to use that product at the end of it yourself.
Sonia's in. Thank you for that. Sonia's in. Go ahead, Trevor. I got something to say when you're done. Sonia's in, though. Good job, Sonia. Congratulations.
Yep, fantastic. So Sonia says, when does it start? The training is starting, over the next couple of days. The 3 weeks begins. So we're going to put out a few replays of this webinar as well to get a few of you on board. But if there are any spots left, having said that, Lance, I think we're probably nearly sold out already.
All right. Well, I can't toggle the check. I want to say something here. So Trevor and I, this is a 5 to 6 figure a year business model. This is where it starts. Okay. Trevor and I are heading to the next level, which is a multi-million-dollar a year business. Okay. We're in newspapers. We're going to go in magazines. We're getting ready to go in newspapers, tabloids, and we're going to be teaching people. We're doing commercials on YouTube. That's coming next. So in this, to step up here with us, it's not just about making some really good money. You're partnering up with us. And then all that information, that current information that you can't find online, if you have questions along the way and you want to come to us, we're going to be in the know. This is a 5 to 6 figure beginning business model. And listen to the sound of my voice. 5 to 6 figure beginning business model of what he's going to teach you is where it starts. Remember I said Navy SEAL starts with 1 push-up? And one thing I didn't say is, when I call up guys now for interviews, and former Navy SEALs and tier 1 guys are like SEAL Team 6 and stuff like that, formers, you get some special person on the line. I don't get nervous like I used to anymore. What Trevor mentioned is you get comfortable. Eventually, it's a new comfort zone. So this is minuscule by comparison and easy to get into this and feel very, very comfortable. We want to help you. We want to get you started. This is something you can pick up and put down. So once you get in, once you have the training, you're vested. And it's current and it's happening all right now. We're doing it. We're teaching you what we're doing. We're not just teaching you something that we heard or read about online. That's one practice that Trevor and I always have together. Dominic is one of our newest students, and he is phenomenal. You're going to be hearing more about him and seeing more about him in the marketplace as well. But jump on board, get it now before it fills up, or you will wake up with some regrets that you at least didn't give it a shot. Trevor?
Yeah. Thanks, Lance. Yeah, appreciate that. And thanks for all your kind words. Really, really do appreciate that. Yeah, guys, what this is, is just a good, honest training that is, as Lance said, this is the kind of like the foundation for a massive business. Because what I'm teaching you here is just what you need to know with regards to doing what everybody else who's making $10,000 per month more and more is actually doing. All of the different products that are released, some of them can teach you how to make a few $100s here and there. Some of you they might teach you how to make $10, $20, $30. But if you want to get to that level where you can consistently pull in over $10,000 a month, then this is how I've identified you can do it. In Intrinsic, I showed you the kind of the structure, the blueprint of that. And then in this masterclass, the Intrinsic Masterclass, I'm going to show you the real life step-by-step process of me doing it. And let me tell you something as well. I had a phone call. Somebody called the other day, and I don't know if you're on this call. His name was James. He phoned me because he'd bought Intrinsic and he'd seen on his PayPal statement the name of my business, and he didn't know if that was, what that was for, etc. So he called me, and it actually came up with my friend's name to begin with, because I just called my friend on WhatsApp, WhatsApp
What?
audio, right?
Yes.
So it came up with my friend's name, and so I've gone, yeah, man, and this this guy's gone, oh, well, that's not really how I expected you to answer the phone. So do apologise. I thought it was my mate calling me. And anyway, he said, like, he picked up this product, and he was curious as to, my background and all of that. And he said to me, all right, look, I'm really impressed with everything I've seen. I absolutely love it. And I'm really going to move forward with this. It's just what I needed. He said, how long do you think it will actually take me, though, in reality, to create a product and get it launched and get some sales from start to finish? So I said, well, look, I don't know anything about you, your experience, your history, your strengths and your weaknesses. But what I can tell you is that I did it in a 24-hour period. One of my products, and I'll send you details of this. In fact, I'll probably do a little bit of an over the shoulder on the case study as well on this one, because it was a piece of PLR that I went and pimped and launched. And I did that just to prove that this works. And I never actually released the case study on it. And in a 24-hour period, one day to the next, I did the whole lot. I got the PLR, I pimped it, I rebranded it, I did the sales video, the sales copy, the sales page, the upsells, the sales videos for the upsells, all the access pages, the whole lot, launched it, mailed it, and got sales in a day. So,
wow.
This is me. He's telling it's 100% true. Oh, there you go. There's James
Thanks.
on the call. So, thank you.
That's Jabo. Is that Jabo, James?
Yeah, I guess so. It's Jabo.
Is that James? James, is that you?
Right. So okay. I'm so pleased you're on the call, James. James, for the benefit of everybody here, then just verify that what I've just said is almost verbatim exactly what happened. So you guys know that I'm not full of shit. Excuse my French.
We've got some more questions coming up, but I want to say I'm looking, and we're filling up the spots very fast. I'm actually on my handheld because I'm not toggling the screen here, so I can do the conversions. We're filling up very fast. A lot of people on this call, so do get your seat. Make sure you don't miss out. Missy, sorry about that. What Trevor was talking, you made it in. Great job. Got a few more people. Dr. Jim, let me open up your last name here. We've got a question of when will this start? Trevor, you might have answered that already, but
I just said it's going to be starting over the next. The training will go into the members area over the next few days to begin with, and that process will start, from the beginning and move forward. So I'm aiming to do this during a 3-week period so that you can follow along in real time and you can see how this all works. It's the most realistic way for you to get me. It was almost as if I'm sitting with you and we're meeting up and I'm showing you how to do what I do.
Thank you for that, Trevor. Dr. Emerson, now I see it there. Thank you, Dr. Emerson. We try to answer every question that we can. There was a question that came up, Trevor, while you were talking and giving the presentation. So I want you to know, I don't remember who it was there, but we didn't sidestep it. I want to make sure I get to that. The question was, could we offer a little bit of intrinsic training with the course that was bought too on this training? This is part of the intrinsic as far as direction we're going, what Trevor's going to show you.
Yeah, it is intrinsic training because it's the whole process, but like zoomed in, if you like. So, and it's real and live, but not live as in you've got to be on the call live as in I'm going to show you as I'm doing it live, and you can then just watch that whenever you've got the time. But it is the intrinsic strategy. That's the most important thing to say. Actually, guys, if you've got questions, if you drop them in the Q&A, we can clear those down, and we know that we're clear. So if you've asked a question in the chat box and we've missed it because it scrolls so fast, if you drop it, copy and paste it into the Q&A, then we can see those there, and that'll be good. Okay.
Thank you for trying. Okay, we got another one. So should I, Sonia? So should I keep on the path that intrinsic has set on me, or set me on? and sign up for Facebook groups, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, definitely. Sign up for Facebook groups. Just go and join a couple of Facebook groups that is, intrinsic on steroids, Dave. Yeah, you've got it. It's, that's a good way to put it. Yeah. Sign up for the Facebook groups. Getting into those Facebook groups, Sonia, the reason for doing that is so that you can build your friends list with like-minded people who are looking for the solutions to make money online. Okay. Now, the really clever thing is that if you go through this training, even with Intrinsic, but certainly with the masterclass, you will know how to make money online, and there's nothing to stop you from actually creating your own training going forward as well, because you'll know the ins and outs of everything that you need to do here. I'm going to be teaching you this, and you're going to look over my shoulder as I build this product that I give you at the end as well, so that you've got the experience and the knowledge to do that. And when you can do that at will. That's the power of it. It's that you can create things. That product that I created in 24 hours, that was part of me was like, well, I'm going to show, it's a competitive nature. I want to see how fast I can do this. But it was actually a solid product. And that means that if I want to build something, create something, I can do it at will. I don't have to rely on anybody else at all for anything. And you'll see all of that in the training as we go through. It's going to be a real big help for a lot of you.
Very, very nice. Thank you, Trevor. And I do want to say something, made me chuckle about what Trevor just said. Competitive. Trevor and I will privately be plotting with each other behind the scenes to compete with each other. And it doesn't always work, but a lot of times it does. And we just discover new stuff because we use just that much more of an energy, just that much more of a brain, and it works out very nicely. But we discover some really nice things for you guys and gals. Welcome another member of our family here. Sean just got in. Welcome,
excellent.
Sean. Dave Barker says, Intrinsic on steroids. Yes, not on steroids, but on steroids. We get it. Yeah, absolutely. Doctor says that his wife walked in and he missed it again. When are we going to start this? Not a problem. We'll reinstate it, Doctor, and tell your wife hello there. Trevor, can you reinstate when we're going to start this again?
Yeah, the training's going to go in, begin over the next couple of days. A 3-week period will start. So, just over the next couple of days, really. Then it would just be moving forward, and you'll be able to keep up with me as I go through. And you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn. I'm just going to be sharing everything with you guys. So it's going to be exciting. But it's, as I said, it's like giving you a bit of fish to keep you from being hungry, and then teaching you how to get more fish yourself. And that, to me, is definitely the way to do things. If somebody like me had presented something like this to me back in the day, and if I'm talking about maybe before the 2 years and a bit that I went full time, I would have been all over this. I would have been so grateful, because this is exactly what I needed, and nobody was really doing that. And that's why I ended up doing it. Somebody had to. And
I will say this too. I just looked, while Trevor's doing that, I'm refreshing my phone here. It looks like we're close, if not halfway through on these seats. And I can tell you right now, after this call, we have a replay, we mail it out. They will fill quickly. So we need you to make a decision while you're on this call for this price point before we do that, and give you an opportunity. So they're filling up really quickly. Want to scroll up a little bit? Where are we at in the chat here, Trevor? It's like I missed you.
Yeah, so James says, is there a payment plan?
Yes.
Installments, then get the training. I do have plans for a 2-way split on this, James. That's probably about as much as we'll do, just because we've kept the price so low. It doesn't work really too well for us if we start splitting it down any further. So Sean says, I'm hungry, just spent almost 2,300 in the Mace Profit Academy. Damn, ouch. Okay, Sean. Well, look, if you're in the PPA, then this is definitely going to work for you, because if you go through the PPA training, you're going to learn all sorts of different aspects from Brendan and Jono in there to teach you how to become a super affiliate. Now, to become a super affiliate, there is a skill that you need, and that is to become a creator. And that's what you're going to learn in Intrinsic Masterclass. So that those two hand in hand, fortunately for you, your money has been well invested. Right? So it's actually going to pay off now for you.
And I want to say something regarding the payment plan. If we just, of course, Trevor's if we decide to do that, we might not do that right away, but if we do payment plans, we always add just a little bit more on the payment because to help cover costs as Trevor was putting things together. So there's a discount getting it all at one time and just a little bit more on a payment plan. So just bear that in mind. So we want to give you all the opportunity right here in this call to save some money before it goes out and gets, mailed out on a replay and so forth, and jump on board with us. Very exciting. Those of you that are on board, great decision.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done,
Where
guys.
are we to see? Yeah,
really
well done. Welcome on board.
I'll tell you what, and then we've still got a lot of people on here. So let's just see if you're all still awake. Give us ones in the chat box if you've found this to be an enjoyable use of your time in the last, it's just been about an hour, hasn't it? So Lucy's given us about 11 ones, I think. One from James. And hey Trevor, can we start this right after we hop off today? Pumped to get pimping. Yeah, it's going to be very quickly that we start getting things moving, Jim. So
Dave, yes, thanks. One, Sonia, thank you. I need this so badly. Thank you.
Yeah. And I hear you, Sonia. You say that you've all previous efforts have failed miserably, and you probably can relate to what I'm saying because I've walked that journey. I've been there, and very recently, and recently enough that I can still feel the pain of not getting the success. In fact, on one of my sales pages, I think I might have even used the graphic on the sales page for Intrinsic. I used an actual screenshot of my 0.00 sales results, and that was my screenshot of my commissions being at 0. Now, fortunately, that doesn't happen very often anymore. I've got commissions coming in different accounts for all sorts of different things, and that's the way you can build this. So in the end, that you've got a passive income coming in that becomes a bit more of a baseline for you, so that you can relax a little bit. And now I can tell you that I don't drive around looking at people and thinking I'm envious of the fact that they've got peace of mind, because finally I've got peace of mind. And that's why I want to pass this on to you guys, because I know that a lot of you are probably feeling the anxious anxieties that I was feeling back then, because you've got worries and you want to make things better for you and your family and your life. Some of you might just want to make some more money, and that's great that you've already got things sorted, but you just want to make some more money. Whatever it is, whatever your needs are and why you need to do this, this is a genuine, honest way to move forward with it. So make sure you jump on as soon as possible, guys, because we will fill up these seats. I'm actually a bit surprised that we've done so many on the live call. Wasn't expecting that, but it's brilliant that we've got so many of you on already. If anybody's got any more questions, let us know before we wrap up. So Sean says, they're my boys for sure. Jono threw me this bone. Mad props to you and the PA cats. Thank you so much. Don't worry, Sean. Excellent. But yeah, as I was saying, as I was saying, Sean, go in there. What about the button? What about what button? Go into the PPA training and take all that learning. But first of all, go through the Intrinsic Masterclass so you're ready to go and become a creator, and that's going to make all the difference.
So make sure that you make a real good business decision. Jump on board before we get the replay ready and mailing it out, because the price points will change. Again, we've got a lot of people that already jumped on this. This is a very, Missy says, unique opportunity. Yes, it is. Very unique. We're actually out there doing what we're showing you, and we're currently doing, and especially Trevor. So where else can you get information where somebody, and you can verify everything, that Trevor's out in the marketplace doing this right now and showing you. And
if you're if you've been on my list before this as well, then you'll know that you've seen me mailing you directly to YouTube videos, for example, using the intrinsic method so that you don't have to have a web page for bonuses and stuff. You've seen me mailing you directly to documents. You've seen me mailing you directly for your bonus access documents. All this stuff that I've been doing, you've been seeing me do. So you know it's what I do. And if I still do it, this, 2 years down the line, then there must be a reason for that. It's because it works. But of course, the ability to mail you guys is because I have that buyers list, and that's what I need to help you with. I need to help you get that buyers list. And as much as it might be for some people, the whole thing could be maybe a little bit daunting. I'm not sure that I'm prepared to create something and launch it. It's not difficult. It really isn't. But the Intrinsic Masterclass will definitely enable you to grasp the whole process a lot easier, because you're going to see me take the one thing and follow it through. Take that one thing, turn it into something that's saleable, how I rebrand it, how I set everything up, how I set up the docs, the sales doc and the access doc, etc. How I put that very one onto Warrior Plus, the product, turn it into an offer, get it live, get it out there and get sales, and then give it to you to go and do the same with. It's a perfect combination. I'm really excited about it. And if I wasn't me, I'd be buying this right now.
The outlay on this is minuscule by comparison. What we're going to teach you to do and what you're able to do to, potentially, get out there in the marketplace, become a vendor and a big vendor down the road. And to put the money back in your pocket, and then to keep being able to repeat and rinse and make good money. I will say this too. I wanted to get in a little case study. You never know how case studies are going to work. And so I did a YouTube video, for the case study. And many of you, I'm sure, might have saw it already. And I put the link in the description. Didn't do a web page. I hate web pages. I suck at web pages. And I just wanted to get it done really quickly. And it didn't take me very long. I set up the computer. I pitched it real quickly. I threw it out there on YouTube. My channel's pretty small. I served one of my smaller groups lists. And within 14, 15 minutes, something like that, or maybe it was under 45 minutes, I had a $497 sale. And it was hilarious because, $497 in less than 45 minutes. And how long did it take me? Hi, this is Lance Groom, blah, blah, blah. And then here's the link below, point down. And I'm like, they're not going to find the link real quickly for this case study. It's going to take a while. But it worked really quickly. And it was hilarious because I'll do that all the time. Trevor and I will kind of show off to each other. I remember, Trevor, you don't know this. I remember pinging back to you and go, oh, look, I got a case study. And I think he gave me a thumbs up or something and moved on. It was like, he knows it happens all the time, but it's like, yeah, whatever. He's out conspiring to one-up me. This is fun stuff. It's not hard. Trevor's going to show you how to do it. We're going to put the life vest on you, take you by the hand, and we're going to be there on both sides of you. Okay, so you're not going to drown. Just relax.
Excellent.
I'm a former combat swimmer, so I'll hold one side and Trevor will be on the other.
Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. We've got you. Thanks, Lance. Yeah, Dr. Jim says, I struggle with the whole polishing the edges paralysis. I already have two courses done, but not perfect. Really looking forward to this. Do you know what? That is like, definitely for you, this is perfect because you can take those two courses that you've got almost done, but not quite finished, Dr. Jim, and you can follow me through. And instead of creating one from scratch, you can just amend the one you've got as I do mine, and then just put yours into Warrior Plus and off you go. So that's the goal for everybody that's on here as well, is what I want you to achieve in the end, is that you create your own. But this one is going to show you how I did it, how I do it as I'm going through, and then give it to you to go and do it yourself as well. So you've got something ready to go that you can even just test. You can test the process of being a real actual vendor on Warrior Plus. And as I said, you stick your head above the parapet and you go, ooh, anybody want this? And they will say yes, and they'll buy it from you, and you'll see sales come in and you'll be like, wow, that is fantastic. So fantastic. Yeah, 12 years of post-high school education and won 200K of debt, and I don't make $497 an hour. Funny and sad at the same time. Oops, over 200K in debt. Yeah, that's not good, Dr. Jim. And hopefully this can be the turning point for you. You'll remember this call. You'll remember your decision to jump on board this, and things will start to change, because trust me, it really can. It really, really can. I'm living proof of that. you don't even want to believe how bad my life really was over 2 years ago. It was awful. I've not even told you the half of it. So to manage to pull myself out of a hole that I was struggling to climb up out of is a fantastic feeling. Missy says, trying to bind and study in affiliate marketing since 2004. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, thank you. This is it. And this is just, this is what I'm trying to get across to you guys. Missy, you've seen enough of my training to know what I tell you. And that is that, you need to make the transition from consumer to creator. They're both C words. Consumer, you're buying everything that comes out. Creator, you're actually creating it and selling to people that buy it from you. Big difference. Big difference, and not rocket science, especially not with the Intrinsic Masterclass. Okay, guys, so there's the link one more time. We're going to wrap this up now on the live call. Thanks so much for your attention, and you've been so engaged, and I've decided that I'm going to use the number one in future rather than yay, because it's a lot easier to type. Really appreciate your time. I honestly mean that. I do appreciate your time, and I hope that you've got a lot out of this. The training there, the ideas that we came up with going through earlier on, use that. Make sure that you do take action. If you're not going to join us on the masterclass, I am disappointed, but make sure you continue with Intrinsic itself, because you can do that. You can push forward, and I want to see you guys get results. So thanks very much, everybody. And
thank you, everyone. And thank you, Trevor, for putting on a really nice presentation for everyone.
Thank you, Lance, for being there for me, supporting me, and saying some insanely nice stuff about me that I kind of felt as well. So I appreciate that. I felt it was from the heart, and it means a lot. So thank you.
You bet. Thank you, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, you take care.
Bye-bye.